Good morning. I'm Renee Allen. Thanks for joining us. In St. Landry Parish, a teenager was shot and killed in Eunice. The police chief in Eunice says the shooting happened in the 600 block of East Laurel Avenue. That was around 10 o'clock Friday night. The victim was found in a parking lot. Authorities say he was also armed with a handgun. News 10's Radhika Taylor brings us the reaction from the people who live in that area.
Receiving heartbreaking news, a family in Eunice is hurting. A mother loses her only child, 17-year-old Tavon Favors. He was shot and killed coming out of a store.
Little guy got killed here last night, and it's sickening. You know, I'm 66 years old, and I'm not going to be afraid to come out for these youngsters.
I spoke with the victim's family. They say Favors' mother is heartbroken after losing her only child.
I seen the mother last night and I prayed for her. She was very distorted, and I mean, for obvious reasons.
The family says it happened in the parking lot of this convenience store. They say this month on the 28th, he would have been turning 18 years old.
You got all this gun violence cutting people's life short. They may never even experience that, or even like college or whatever they call it may be in life. It's getting cut off too early by gun violence.
Many from the community say gun violence is an issue.
It's kind of been getting worse and worse, and as somebody who grew up in Eunice, I feel that, like you say, it takes a village, and I feel on my part I should be more of a role model and a better citizen. And I think we all need to talk to kids at a younger age, tell them the importance of gun violence, the impact it may have.
Some believe the city doesn't care about the youth. Sidney Brown says the community needs to come together to help end gun violence.
The parents need to stop their kids. If they know your kids got guns, you didn't buy them for them, stop them, you know. And this little kid was 17 years old they killed last night, a baby, you know. And I'm just saying that they need to get together, find God.
Eunice Police Department are investigating. If you have any information, contact the Eunice Police Department or call Crime Stoppers at 337-948-TIPS. In Eunice, Radhika Taylor, KLFY News 10.
Also, Eunice Police tells us the suspect was wearing a dark hoodie and a face mask. Again, anyone with information is encouraged to call the Eunice Police Department or Crime Stoppers. In Lafayette, police are trying to find a stolen Mardi Gras float. The float was apparently stolen from the 300 block of Lucille Avenue. It was last seen on Friday around 5:30 in the afternoon. It's 40 feet long, double-decker in bright green. There are two signs on the sides of it. One says Olivier Sprinklers and Roofing. The other says David N. Mesh and Associates. If you have information on where to find this Mardi Gras float, call Lafayette Police or Crime Stoppers. For them, that's 232-TIPS. In Iberia Parish, a suspect on the run wanted for allegedly crashing a car into a building and injuring a 92-year-old man. New Iberia police say that crash happened in the 700 block of South Lewis Street on Thursday. The driver got away before officers arrived. The 92-year-old man was critically injured. He remains in the ICU. Authorities report that 35-year-old Kevin Ray Crosby is wanted for felony hit and run. If you know where officers can find him, call New Iberia Police or Crime Stoppers. For them at 364-TIPS. The latest wave of coronavirus has closed another school. Breaux Bridge High School will have no face-to-face instruction until Tuesday, when the administration hopes to reopen. They looked at the number of teachers and students who were quarantined and tested positive, and it came to the point where he had to make the decision to go fully virtual for 5 calendar days. Parish administration will re-examine the numbers on Monday, we're told, to make the best decision for Tuesday and going forward. All students are equipped with Chromebooks and teachers with a Google Classroom. Superintendent Alan Blanchard said the transition should be smooth.
We've had a lot of experience with teaching in that method. It's still a lot better to have the students seated in the classroom with the teacher and, with live in-person instruction. But you do what you have to do to keep instruction going on.
In St. Landry Parish, Grand Prairie Elementary was doing virtual learning. In-person classes are to resume on Monday. Also, Carencro Catholic School, which postponed reopening after the holidays, is also to begin classes on Monday. Meanwhile, Governor John Bel Edwards says that thousands of people are getting COVID for a second time in the state. He says immunity from getting previous strains is not standing up too well against Omicron. And with the new numbers, Edwards says he's concerned about the healthcare system.
It is simple math. Even if it is less violent, and it is, if many more people on an order of magnitude like we're seeing are actually being infected, then you're still putting tremendous demands on your healthcare delivery system. But we have an awful lot of nurses, doctors, respiratory therapists, EMTs, paramedics, you name it, who are not at work today because they too have COVID because of Omicron.
The governor said that right now he does not intend to reinstitute a statewide mask mandate, but he says everyone should mask indoor settings, and he pointed to upcoming Mardi Gras balls in particular. For a list of vaccination and testing sites, go on. You can visit our website. You know what it is. That's KLFY.com. Omicron is placing a huge burden on the nation's healthcare system every day in California. At least 600 people are being admitted there to the hospital with COVID, and it shows no sign of letting up in California. Lilia Luciano has more for us.
Some hospitals are turning away ambulances and running low on ICU beds as they confront a breaking point, many filled with the unvaccinated, including young children.
We're back where we started, where everybody's looking all over the country for beds.
It's not just a crush of new patients. Nationwide, 1 out of every 4 medical centers is now experiencing a critical staff shortage. Hospitalizations fueled by the Omicron wave are up 60% in the past week. Dr. Caroline Goldzweig of Cedars-Sinai.
We've been seeing just an incredible explosion of COVID over the last few weeks, unfortunately.
Who are these patients?
The patients who are dying from COVID, by and large, are ones who are not vaccinated, and they're more likely to get that long COVID.
Near Chicago, Brian Dunleavy says his 83-year-old brother waited 17 hours in a hospital ER.
Nobody asked him how he was. Nobody asked him if he was hungry. Nothing. He slept in a wheelchair.
With Omicron cases soaring nationwide, so is the stampede for COVID tests, as CBS's Michael George reports.
Here in New York, more than 11,000 people remain hospitalized, and the demand for testing is still strong. The state just hit a new daily record of more than 90,000 new cases, leaving many New Yorkers anxious.
I think we're doing the best we can. It's really hard. It kind of hit us by surprise.
Governor Kathy Hochul also announced the state is requiring healthcare workers to get boosted with no testing option.
Los Angeles just hit a pandemic record of new daily COVID cases, and now California is joining at least 23 other states in activating the National Guard to help. Many hospitals across the nation are having to cancel non-emergency surgeries. In New York, starting today, 40 hospitals are pushing non-essential procedures for at least 2 weeks. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Now let's talk cold weather challenges. The Lafayette Parish Animal Shelter is asking for your help to protect pets from the cold weather. As News 10's Mark Rigsby reports, they have a call for dog houses and blankets so the shelter can give them to pets in need.
Lafayette Parish Animal Shelter Director Shelley Delusi says they get a lot of calls when the weather turns cold about dogs being left outside with no way to stay warm. They are asking the public to donate dog houses and blankets.
Instead of taking them into the shelter or siding these people who love their animal, they just don't have the means to give them a proper shelter, we donate a dog house. And so if people can donate dog houses to us, then we give them to the public that needs it.
Delusi says under the law, pets should have a shelter, 4 walls, a roof, and a solid floor, and proper dry bedding. She says there were approximately 20 calls last weekend when the temperature dipped. A few dog houses and a dozen blankets were handed out, but no dogs were taken. When the animal control officers make those house calls, the owners are usually cooperative.
pets are the family. And so, like, you know, do we want to leave this animal, this small dog, outside in this weather?
The biggest concern is when the mercury dips below freezing. When that happens, she recommends bringing dogs indoors. But she says the size of the dog matters when it comes to cold weather.
A husky, a German shepherd, at 30-degree weather, no problem, they love it, you know, but your Shih Tzu, your Chihuahua, that's an issue. And so those little bitty bones at those extremities, we need to be careful with the cold weather.
The shelter would like to have 10 dog houses always on hand and a stockpile of blankets when the temperature gets near freezing again. In Lafayette Parish, Mark Rigsby, KLFY News 10.
And if you would like to donate, we'll provide a link to the Lafayette Parish Animal Shelter. In this story, it'll be on our website, KLFY.com. All right, Trevor, eager to get to you. We have unusual weather. It's cool, but it's warm. But you said it has to do with the humidity.
Yeah, humidity is very high as a front is positioned to our north. Let's take a look at temperatures. In fact, you can see that we're cool, but pretty humid as well. We're in the upper 60s, 68 in Lafayette, 66 in New Iberia, 68 in Opelousas. Live Doppler 10 does show some storm activity that has blossomed across central parts of the state overnight. We did have a tornado report across the Sabine Parish here, moving through Natchitoches Parish, and now a severe thunderstorm warning is still ongoing, moving into Grant, LaSalle, and I think this is Catahoula Parish here, if I can remember my central Louisiana days. And this activity is working off to the south and east, and it looks like that will be coming into the area later on this afternoon as the main front begins to push into the area here. And we have a front that's positioned to our north, and that will be driving down to the south, driving that colder air mass down. So hour-by-hour forecast, temperatures rising into the upper 70s for this afternoon. Future track shows a mix of clouds and sun. Notice these scattered storms working into the area, and the front moves in later on tonight. We will be clearing out pretty quickly. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny skies and much cooler weather. In fact, here's the latest potential from the Storm Prediction Center. This is the first I'm seeing this. They've upgraded to a level 2 risk now across eastern portions of Louisiana, moving through the Florida parishes, through Mississippi and Alabama. So we'll be watching this area later on this afternoon. It's still a level 1 risk across most of Acadiana, but we've seen a few warnings. We've seen warnings across southeastern Texas last night and across central Louisiana through the overnight hours. So we'll have to watch things closely. Temperatures in the upper 70s this afternoon, falling back into the upper 30s tonight, only rebounding into the mid to upper 50s tomorrow. Now, southwesterly winds at around 10 to 20 miles per hour, so a breezy day, but northerly winds coming in later on tonight and through tomorrow. Could be in the 15 to 25 mile per hour range, and we could see wind chills through the day tomorrow, possibly in the 40s, and we could be somewhere in the upper 20s to lower 30s on that wind chill for tomorrow morning. So 78 your high today, 50% chance for storms, a southwest wind 10 to 20 miles per hour. 7-day forecast shows colder temperatures for tomorrow, mid-30s Tuesday morning, and then a warming trend Wednesday and Thursday, getting back into the lower 70s by Friday, and rain chances could begin to increase, it appears, by Saturday and maybe next Sunday.
All right. Thank you, as always, Trevor.